So how can I be even more grateful for God's grace and for the beautiful people He's placed in my life? The reason I say even more, that already presupposes something, that I am grateful, that I already have it. And every time I say it, it builds upon what's already there. It's the difference between saying, I'm going to be playful or determined, and saying, I am. It's about embodying it, getting it into your physiology. I had ADHD, bipolar disorder, PTSD. I was molested. I watched a man burn to death. I've got DID. Feels like I've got every set of initials there is. Yeah, I've got them all. And I'll never be able to serve fully in my congregation as a spiritual man. As a black man, I'll never be as good as my white peers. It's a lot of stacked experiences. I'm deeply sorry you had to live through that. No one should have to. But what I know is you've endured spiritual pain, and that's different from physical pain. It's deeper. Spiritual pain is when you face real injustice, not imagined, but real. The kind that tears at your soul. And you're empathetic, so you feel it more than most. I still feel it. Yeah, I know. But here's what's true. David, I'd never wish for you to go through that again. But I trust in something higher than either of us. Because there's one thing I know for certain. Those who endure profound spiritual pain, the kind that's deeply unfair, often emerge with a strength, compassion, and power that few others can reach. When they finally come out the other side and look back, everything shifts. That pain becomes purpose. It makes you care more, love deeper. It's shaped the man you are, the one I'm proud to call my brother and friend. Everything beautiful I see in you was forged in that fire. And I don't just say that. You can feel it. Yeah, I feel you. So while I hate what you endured, I'm here because of things I rarely speak about, things that taught me too. That's why I never want anyone to suffer. It's why I'm here. It's what gave me strength. I had to learn how to protect my brother and sister, and then I had to learn how to take care of myself, which turned out to be the greatest gift of all. I didn't always own that. Not until I started doing those incantations, because we get hypnotized by our past, believing that's what life is. And as horrific as those moments were, if you looked over 43 years, the number of actual hours spent in them, not remembering them, but living them, is small. Yet the intensity of them makes them loom large. But even those memories can fade. They can grow smaller, dimmer, until one day they feel so far away, you wonder if it was even your life. Have you ever felt that? Yeah, I had to forgive my brother for molesting me because in some way he made me the man I am. For 5 years, I slept with my kids in my arms every night to make sure they were safe. I became a fierce, protective father and a loyal husband. Wait, stop for a second. Just take that in. What an incredible father you became. That's beautiful. So yeah, I was thinking about what it means to reach out. They said to call people. But my brother died from leukemia 20 years ago. How could I call him? I thought maybe I could write a letter, burn it, or toss it into the ocean. So yesterday, during the blessing exercise, we were told to recall our greatest moments. The first thing that came to mind was my wedding. My wife, only 21, on the beach. I'd never imagined a wedding that beautiful until I was living it. So I made the memory brighter. More sun, more wind. It was incredible. Then came my son being born. Then my daughter. And then something happened. My arms just lifted on their own, wide open. My eyes were closed, my head tilted back, and suddenly I was holding a body. I realized it was my brother, and this time, he was healthy. The last time I saw him, he had no hair lying in that hospital bed. But now his hair was black, his face full, he stood taller than me. I held him. I kissed him on the lips. Then I buried my head in his shoulder, and he held me. I asked him to forgive me. He said, "No, I want you to forgive me." And then I just wept. That's beautiful. Yeah. When I held him, there was light behind him, and then he walked away, but not as someone dying. He was alive, whole, and based on what I've always believed, what I experienced shouldn't be possible. It goes against what I was taught the Bible says. What does the Bible say is possible? I always thought it said we could do all these things, and even greater. I believe that when you die, you sleep, like you're waiting for resurrection. But this was real. I felt it. You felt it. Yeah, and he was healed. No cancer. Just the best version of him I could remember. And we weren't even close when he was alive. We didn't like each other at all. He seems to like you now. And you seem to like him. Yeah, that's called healing. And that was God. Yeah, So whether someone calls it God, the universe, divine energy, whatever name we use, sometimes words get in the way because men wrote them. And most people don't even read the words for themselves. They hear someone else's interpretation. I'm Christian, but I honor all faiths. I was raised that way. But I also know that if I try to define God, I'm only touching part of something infinite. Like the story of the blind men and the elephant. One feels the tail, another the trunk, and each insists that's what the elephant is. But God is all of it, and beyond. What I know for sure is this: it's bigger than our understanding. And you, my friend, needed healing. Yeah. You came to the right place and did the hard work. She thought I left the room. But I did leave. I went to my brother, to my wedding, to the hospital. She said, I thought you were gone. And I said I was. I time traveled? From hanging with you, man? That's because I'm intense. Yeah, but this isn't a church. It's not therapy. It's just you, man. It's us. Heat, heart,